end. You know, sometimes you're listening to NPR, National Petroleum Radio, and you hear, whoo, this is just a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This time they'd say, this is not a test, we're under nuclear attack, you've got 10 minutes to get to the nearest fallout shelter. Do you know where one is? No, because we've forgotten. We think the danger's gone away. Well, the bomb's going to come in here, and certainly there's at least one bomb targeted on Berkeley alone, let alone Oakland, let alone San Francisco, let alone Stanford. Comes in at 20 times the speed of sound, so you won't hear it. Explodes here, and it's a big Russian bomb, and you're targeted by big Russian bombs with the heat of the sun. And it digs a hole 3/4 of a mile wide and 800 feet deep, turning us, the building, and the earth below to radioactive fallout, shot up in that roiling mushroom cloud. 5 miles from here in all directions, think of where you live, everyone will be vaporized. A little boy in Hiroshima was reaching up to catch a red dragonfly in his hand against the blue sky, and there was a blinding flash, and he literally vaporized and left a shadow behind him on the pavement, which is in the Hiroshima Museum. That was a little tiny bomb. 20 miles in all direction, everyone lethally burnt. Burn patient, the most difficult we ever treat. Takes a year to treat a severely burned patient. Hundreds of units of blood and plasma, skin transplants, and then we often still lose them. Don't worry though, the White House has been stockpiling large quantities of morphia just in case it's to be a nuclear war. We'll be dead or similarly injured. No hospitals, no syringes. Nothing to do. 50 miles out, if you look at the flash, you'll be instantly blinded with retinal burns. Winds of 500 miles an hour, and you've seen the pictures of nuclear weapons exploding and houses just being flattened, suck people out of buildings, through windows that have been popcorn, and shards of glass flying through the air at 100 miles an hour, decapitate people. People flying through the air as missiles, and they hit the nearest solid object and they're dead. Then the whole area will be engulfed in a firestorm of 3,000 square miles. So if you get in a fallout shelter, like in Dresden, the firestorm sucked the oxygen out of the shelter and you'll be asphyxiated. Then the fires will coalesce throughout the United States and this whole country will be incinerated. There will be millions of corpses, animal and human alike, and as the radiation is so intense, the bacteria and viruses multiply and mutate to become more lethal and virulent, while if anyone survives, their immune mechanism is depleted by the radiation, and there will be epidemics if anyone survives of polio, typhoid, cholera, plague, you name it. People will have to live underground for the next 6 months because it will be too radioactive to come out, and they say they might use the old people for food gatherers because we won't live long enough to get our cancers. Really, then nuclear winter will ensue, the globe covered with this cloud, freezing temperatures in the dark, and everyone and everything will die. That's the background of what I've been talking about tonight.